Let's talk about this security breach, right? This somewhat comical. It turns out that before the U.S. attacked the Houthis in Yemen, there was a meeting to discuss the attack and to finalize the final elements of it and the exact timing of it. And this meeting by senior officials in the Trump administration, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, what's his name, Security Advisor Waltz, and J.D. Vance, and about 15 other people, met to discuss through chat, to discuss what they were going to do with the Houthis. It turns out that in order to have this meeting, they used a chat app called Signal, which is an encrypted chat app that is used by, I guess, a lot of people use Signal as an encrypted way of communications. Now, clearly this is against protocol. That is, U.S. officials are not supposed to use a civilian chat program to communicate about important government business. There are secure protocols, there are security mechanisms, there are secure software and audio and whatever that they can use in order to have these meetings. A lot of people believe that Signal has already been breached, that the Chinese and Russians probably can read Signal messages. And yet they chose to use Signal. Now, what I find, we'll get to the breach in a minute, but what I find truly, just, it pisses me off to no end, right? So, over the last few years, bankers who have used like private chat and software to communicate about work have been fined hundreds of millions of dollars, these are banks, for these private chats, because according to regulation, every communication that you do as a hedge fund, as a bank, has to be documented. It has to be saved forever, basically, at least 5 years. Every piece of communication. And so it has to be email, or it has to be some work chat thing like, I don't know, Teams or Slack. And if it is Teams or Slack or email, then the records of that have to be archived forever, basically. Now, if bankers do this, they get prosecuted. If they use WhatsApp, if they use Signal, or they use chat, or if they use Messenger, or if they use anything, they, really harsh penalties. But our national security team, the team that is talking about real secrets, now it's okay for them to use commercially available apps that the Russians and the Chinese might have breached. It's just unbelievable. Now then, when they created this group on Signal in order to talk about the pending attack on the Houthis, for some bizarre reason that nobody completely can articulate yet, they included in that group the chief editor of The Atlantic magazine. Not exactly a friend to the Trump administration, but it doesn't matter, friend or foe. Somebody who is a journalist. And he was part of a conversation. Oops, are you guys still there? Everything good? He was part of this conversation that had to deal with when exactly and why exactly they were going to basically attack the Houthis in Yemen, including the exact timing of when that would happen. He was privy to all of it. Which is just stunning as a breach of security. I mean, the amount of incompetence that we're talking about here is truly amazing. Truly amazing. I mean, the administration is saying things like, it's no big deal. No secrets were disclosed. Really? I mean, the timing of the attack was disclosed. The journalists knew exactly when the attack was going to happen. But more than that, the whole discussion about why attack, the fact that certain members in the government were against the attack, we'll talk about that in a minute, all of that was disclosed. All of that was not public information. And yet, they disclosed it to Jeffrey Greenberg at Atlantic Magazine, who then published it, as he should. He did not, he redacted, supposedly, the name of a CIA operative that was mentioned on the call, on the chat. How is the name of CIA operative disclosed by the director of the CIA? Not secret information. And then director of the CIA and Tulsi Gabbard, the czar of all intelligence, get pulled in front of Congress and they say, nothing interesting happened here. No real security breach from their perspective. They violated protocols. They shouldn't do that again. Of course, he was on the call. They shouldn't do that again. But nothing significant was disclosed. It's just unbelievable how bad of a security breach, how stupid this is, and again the fact that they nobody seems to care in the administration. Nobody seems to care. Oh, some assistant to the security advisor put the name of the journalist on by accident. He was somehow in his Rolodex and he got into the signal list. And they shouldn't use the signal. Next time they won't use it. We're talking about Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, head of the CIA. We're talking about, all these big shots. The Vice President. And yet, so, unbelievable incompetence. Tons of memes out there on this, which are quite entertaining, making fun of them, and justifiably so. The CIA Director Ratcliffe said pre-decisional strike deliberation should be conducted through classified channels. Yeah. Tulsi Gabbard, on the other hand, said there was no classified material about the strikes against the Houthis posted on the chat and signals. It's deny, lie, and somehow you can get away with this. On the other hand, there are people out there, like MAGA people, who think you don't get it, I don't get it, this is all 5D chess. Here's one of them. If you believe for 1 minute that Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, Mike Waltz, and J.D. Vance randomly and accidentally added this most rabidly anti-Trump journalist to a national security group chat, you're definitely the mark. These are some of the most competent people in the country. And you believe they would screw up like this? Yeah. Simply not possible. This is called media strategy. And Trump is famous for stuff like this. So, relax, people. Trump has it under control. This is all part of a strategy. He meant for this to happen. This is good. This is good. I think we have a name for this. Name? Yep, it's the Trump mindless we changed it. The Trump zombie syndrome. Trump zombie syndrome. So these are people who are zombified their own mind in the name of following Trump.